Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black. Thank you for joining us for our next mod spotlight. This time we are taking a look at Dragbody's modern Gunslinger armor. For those of you wondering, because this is obviously not my usual character outfit, yes, I have shot these last 3 reviews, in fact, all in one sitting. I just felt like banging them out. So, this adds a duffel bag to the train station here in Boulder City, containing 3 new armors and 5 new pieces of headgear. Is that scorpion dead? No! Die! Not interrupt my spotlight. So, I like that it's even got a unique duffel bag texture. So let's just snag all of them and head back outside where you can see a little better. These are all fully supported for, I believe, any of the major body mods, Breezes, Roberts, or Vanilla. I believe I'm currently using the Breeze body, if I remember correctly, so let's throw on the base version, take off the pistol harness. I think that's everything. Face wrap, go away. Alrighty, so this is the first one. I rather like it. It's a little bit on the tactical side, but that's kind of the idea. But it doesn't look so modern as to not fit the Wasteland. It just feels like a very, very experienced, perhaps Wasteland mercenary. I believe those pants are sourced from the Merc Cruiser. The vest seems to be Vault Security, and some of these other resources are probably from Joshua Graham's armor. That's just an educated guess on my part. So anyway, let's check out the next one. Gunslinger Light. Slightly different variation there, adds a scarf, different undershirt, and I'll review the stats in a moment. Gunslinger Pro adds a sort of almost Mass Effect looking undershirt to it, and I like the addition of the combat knife up there at the shoulder. That I know is sourced from the Ranger Patrol armor. And each of these seems to sport a mini version of that little backpack thing that is from the Ranger Veteran armor. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like a filtration system or what, but in any case, it is there, and we're losing light here, so permit me a moment to fast forward. Alright. So, now that we have better light, let's try out the new fad in mini games, it seems, is adding a variety of hats. So the basic Merc Gunslinger hat, I like it. It's cocked at a different angle than many of the base game hats, so there's that. And if you can't see it too well, let's zoom in a bit. It adds a couple of rifle rounds. Those look like, I think, 5.56 rounds, maybe 308, into the sort of rope hat band there. Gunslinger Light hat adds a ball cap with some goggles and a filtration mask. Reading through the mod description, I rather agree with Dragon that even though this is a couple hundred years, or maybe it's 150 if I can get my dates right, after bombs fell, there would still be a fair amount of radiation in the air, so you'd be hard-pressed, if you're getting really realistically purist about it, to find anybody who, if they're half intelligent, wouldn't be wearing a filtration mask, or if not an outright gas mask, in this sort of environment. So this simply adds a little bit more realism to the mix. Gunslinger Headgear. This one I like. It's a bit... It reminds me of... I forget his name. Please help me out here, guys, if you can remember. The new sort of semi-iconic bounty hunter from... the Star Wars Clone Wars series. That hat just reminds me of him. And lastly, we have this one, an obviously retextured motorcycle helmet with a very opaque visor. Thankfully, this doesn't have any Project Nevada functions, so you're not just going to go blind if you zoom into first person with this on. This looks pretty good with the metal armor, by the way. I don't have any armor on me, so I can't really show you that, but take my word for it, that helmet looks pretty good with it. So let's now take a closer look at the stats of all of these items. Basic Gunslinger is light armor, damage threshold 12, weighs 18 pounds, pretty heavy for light armor, and adds plus 10 guns and plus 3 critical chance. So obviously, all of these are pretty well balanced, especially given the weight. Slightly less because it is light. Damage threshold, weighs less, 10 AP, 10 guns. Pro is 10 damage threshold, weighs 13 pounds, 10 AP, 10 guns. The hats are all like most of the headwear throughout the game. Not very big on damage threshold, usually just adds a +1 to some stat or another. The basic hat is +1 to perception, as is the light hat. The hat and visor adds, +2 critical chance as well as 2 perception, so that's actually a pretty stout item as far as headgear goes. And the the headgear adds +1 to luck. And the helmet adds 2 perception and 2 critical chance. All of them with 1 damage threshold and weighing 1 pound apiece. So, that about wraps Dragbody's modern gunslinger armor. I know I mentioned that this does support all of the male body mods. It also offers female support. I'm not sure how many other female mods it supports. I know it supports vanilla as well as the various type 3 variations that are out there. So all of you girl gamers out there, or guys who like to play girls, we're not here to judge. You guys can enjoy this armor as well. I may give you a quick spotlight. Actually, tell you what, I'll just do that and I will sub those images over this particular bit of dialogue to show you guys a few quick glimpses of the female versions of this mod. Other than that, thank you for joining us here at Last Level Press. I am Mr. Black, and I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.